Hayls World, and this is the Sony Alpha ZVE10, which is an amazing camera for content creators, and the camera quality is so damn good. My first impression is this is an amazing grab-and-go content creation camera. It's although Sony took one of their vlogging cams and mixed it with one of their top-of-the-line cameras to get this epic ZV-E10 camera. So they kept the body and sensor much the same as their top-of-the-range vlogging camera. They made sure to include a microphone jack, of course, and a headphone jack. They also kept a swivel-out touchscreen, which is all perfect for vlogging, but you can interchange the lenses. So this is an awesome, lightweight grab-and-go camera, and it has a lot of useful features. So as you know, camera quality is super important, and this bad boy films some great quality 4K. So what makes this camera so amazing is they designed it for the vlogger and content creator in mind, but with the ability to change the lenses. So not only is this an amazing camera for you to take out and about and capture some amazing footage, but it can also be used then as your main studio camera, and you can change out lenses, get different shots, all with this one camera. So I mean, the quality is really good, and not only that, you can also shoot in slow-mo. It films at 120 frames per second in full HD, and the quality quite honestly blew my mind, especially for a camera with such a small form factor. At the end of the day, I love that it has the slow-mo option, and that is just so good. Now, there is one thing this camera can do that is really useful for content creators, professionals, streamers, you name it, especially if you want to step up your game. And that feature is USB streaming. So if you head into the menu section under Movie 1, you will see this option that says USB streaming. And if you select that, you are then prompted to connect a USB-C cable from your camera to your computer. The USB-C port is just on the left there, right at the top. So once you grab your cable, go ahead, plug it into your computer first, then plug the USB-C side into your camera. And now, just like that, Vabam, your computer picks up the camera feed automatically without having to use any capture cards or even installing any software. So for streamers, gamers, or anyone wanting better camera quality on their computer, this feature is banging. Then of course, this camera can capture some amazing crisp quality pictures all in RAW, so you have maximum flexibility when it comes to editing your pictures. In my opinion, the Sony interface is super simple to use and makes taking pictures a breeze. These are just a couple of quick pics I shot out and about, but as you can see, the quality is exceptional. I also cannot stress enough how awesome it is to have a vlogging style camera, but where you have the option to change the lenses to best suit the shot you're trying to get. I also particularly enjoy this burst shot mode, where you can just hold down the shutter and grab a bunch of pics with literally no blur. Probably one of the best accessories, hands down, for the ZV-E10 is the super nifty little shooting grip, which is actually compatible with quite a lot of Sony cameras. This is the type of accessory where you don't really need it, but once you get it, you wonder how you ever lived without it. This is definitely an accessory more tailored to that vlogging style once again, because it really suits that grab and go style with all these functions right at your fingertips. What's nice is the shooting grip is also super simple to pair with your ZV-E10. You literally just screw it to the bottom of the camera. Within settings, make sure it's paired via Bluetooth, and that is it. You can now use the shooting grip to start and stop recordings, take a picture, and so much more. It also has this super nifty button on the left-hand side, where if you just press it in, you can completely change the angle, and another button that allows you to swivel the camera around on the shooting grip. And then if you want to place it down, you can just open up the legs, and it is a mini tripod. This is by far one of the most versatile and feature-packed accessories you could possibly get for your Sony camera, and ultimately the perfect match to the ZV-E10 when it comes to having a content creation rig. Now, while this feature is certainly not new, it is definitely one you should know about, and something I personally love to use, and that is their remote shooting app. So once you connect your phone just by scanning the QR code on your camera, you can then see everything your camera sees via your smartphone, and it's essentially a remote viewer. What's also nice is you can change all the settings of the camera right on your smartphone, and as you can imagine, this is super useful, especially when filming by yourself. So you can adjust the ISO, the exposure, and even click the record button, or if you want to change modes, you can do that as well. So if you decide you're not into filming a video and would rather take a picture, go into picture mode, and that's it. All of this is done without physically having to touch your camera. Then once you've got your shots or footage, you can even import that directly onto your phone just by heading to the import section, selecting your footage, and downloading that straight to your device. So talk about quick, convenient content creation. Okay, another really useful function of this camera is you can keep it focused on your eyes using eye autofocus. Now, this is something Sony cameras are particularly good at, and something I don't think I can live without now. So under the functions menu, what you can do is head on over to focus modes and select continuous autofocus. Once done, you'll notice the small little box on the screen that tracks the eyes. This makes sure your subject or face is always in focus and is once again an amazing feature to have for vlogging or if shooting by yourself. This camera also has object tracking, where if you just tap on the object you want to track, as you can see, this box then tracks the object and makes sure it is constantly in focus, and both these tracking modes are shockingly good. Now, a nifty feature of the ZV-E10 is the product showcase. It is activated just by simply pressing this button right over here on the camera, and what this feature does when it's turned on is if you have a product in your hand, it automatically focuses on that product and it stops focusing on your eyes and face. So this is of course a super useful feature, especially when chatting about products like this in a video, and of course the minute you turn it off, it'll focus back on your eyes and face and the product will go back to being out of focus. Typically, mirrorless cameras or DSLRs can be quite heavy, but this one only weighs in at roughly 350 grams. And what's really important with cameras like these is that they feel lightweight so that your arms don't feel like they're gonna break off. So to give you guys a good idea of the size comparison, here it is alongside the Sony ZV-1 and Sony A7C. As you can see, in terms of size, it fits perfectly in between both these models, and again just shows the merge between vlogging and a professional camera all in this ZV-E10. It also has great battery life, where I used it for an entire day, put it through its paces, and still had battery left over. As you can see, it is not too big and not too small. So the ZV-E10 has brought over a feature from the ZV-1, and that is background defocus. This feature is activated simply by pushing this button, and what happens is when you're in front of the camera and notice your background may be a little bit blurry, to correct that, all you do is simply hit that button, turn on the feature. You may need to adjust your ISO slightly, but now your background is completely in focus and you no longer have a blurred background. This feature is so nice for outdoors and landscapes. Then onto some other really cool features, and under the function menu, you can actually activate a soft skin effect. You have 3 different levels to choose from: low, medium, and high, and you can use the soft skin filter with various modes or even with stabilization on. Then something I love that they did is when hitting the record button, you see this huge red frame across the screen that lets you know you are busy recording. You do also get 2 different steady, basically stabilization modes to choose from, either active or standard, and here's an example of Mike skating on a really bumpy road, and as you can see, it makes a pretty huge difference. You can also easily attach a windbreaker to that hot shoe mount right at the top of the camera, or attach the Sony wireless microphone kit if that is something you've got. It's as simple as sliding it in place and you're good to go. So guys, if you've ever wanted to do content creation, definitely consider this bad boy. And also let me know down in the comment section what you thought of it. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also check out some of my other videos right over here. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Toodles!